Hey everyone, welcome to day 37 of the scripture writing study that I'm doing for 2026 based on the topic of surrender. And today's verse is John 6:38. For I have come down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of him who sent me. And as you can see, I have my notebook and my note card. Of course, I did that backwards, but that's okay. And my note card, I just wrote, because Jesus submitted to the will of God, I am saved. Clinging to my will gets me nowhere except stuck and in darkness. Hey, everyone. So I really believe that going to the Gospels is probably the most important thing a Christian can do, because we get from the horse's mouth, so to speak, how to live. We get that behavior modeled for us. And I know I talk about modeled behavior. Again, it is what I do for a living as a life coach. We do a lot of behavior shifts. And so I view the world that way, but I also view this. Jesus was an exemplary model of how a human being should behave. And when it comes to the will of God, it is absolutely the most important behavior. And I think that it's important. The question I have is, if the eternal Son, fully divine, sharing one essence with the Father, still speaks of coming not to do my own will, but my Father's, how can we, finite fallen creatures, ever justify clinging to our own will when it conflicts with God's revealed purposes, especially knowing that Jesus' submission secured our salvation? And if that doesn't hit home, I don't know what will. Jesus submitted to God. He modeled that behavior. He submitted to God every moment of every day, up until the very end. And yet we struggle. I struggle submitting to God's will because of my ego. I get caught up in what I think is the right thing to do. And when I honestly look back over my life and assess, especially my adult life, when I became fully equipped to make decisions, right? All of my mistakes can really be, led to my will, and going to God after the fact. God, get me out of this mess. God, I did this. It worked out for a while, but it didn't work out long term. Help me out. Only to do it again and again. And how long does it take before you realize, maybe I should go to God first? Maybe I should submit my will to him first before I make these decisions. And again, Jesus is the perfect model for this behavior. God bless you guys. Take care.